Hey everyone, joining me after their match against Evil Geniuses, it's mid laner of MAD Lions and one of the few players to win in North America and in Europe. It's Nisqy. How's it going, brother?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So just finished that knockout stage there. Match didn't quite go the way that you wanted. It was a 3-0. What happened? Because the form that you guys had coming into it was pretty solid, and it seemed like there was a big drop off there.
I feel like we were kind of exposed on like at least our drafts and maybe our way to play the game in a way. I think our drafts were very predictable. And I think the way EG drafted against us was pretty good, to be fair. Also, I feel like towards the end, we didn't have like enough juice in like champ pool or like power picks or all that stuff because we kind of showed everything. Which made it harder. And then also, I'm not sure. I feel like we just didn't play very good as a team as well. I think even individually, I think most of us didn't do too great either. So I think I don't know, we just didn't play very good at all.
That's interesting you say that because it feels like this is a good insight on like what a draft looks like, what a draft gap looks like, and then how it plays with inside. Because there's times where you've had to play, selflessly for other lanes and had to give for others. And El Yoya was trying his best to get around, but it really felt like three other guys on the squad didn't quite have that performance that we're used to seeing them. And Mac and Mad Lions historically have had good drafts, but it just kind of felt like it didn't, as you said, there wasn't enough juice. Was that preparation? Was that just part of a long year? What do you think that was?
I think it's a mix of a lot of stuff. I think maybe there's like some champs that we are less maybe willing to play than others, or like we don't feel as comfy, for example, on it. I think also, to be fair, I don't think it's like on the draft. I think we kind of got checkmated in some of them, but I think it was mostly just us not being ready to shift away from what we were used to in a way. I think we thought that we could kind of do what we did in the past days, and I think we kind of got headshot for it.
Yeah, that makes sense. When you take a look back at this season, right? The first time LEC has had 4 seeds, you guys slide on in. You had all the haters say you never won a best of 5. You go and you're able to prove that and win the best of 5 against Saigon Buffalo. How will you remember this season of 2022 League?
To be fair, I think still did a good job. I think. We made it to Worlds, so that means you're already top 4 in your role, which is kind of nice. Of course, losing in planes really sucks, but I think the level actually in plane was not bad at all this year. I also think that with like all the scheduling and like we didn't get like that many scrims, for example, I think it was kind of rough to prepare for maybe best of 5s in a way because you play, I think 5 or 4 or 3 days in a row. I think 4, maybe 3 to 4 days in a row every single day, and then the next day you have best of 5, and then if you win that you have best of 5 again. And I think also it gives a lot of info to the enemies, which they can use against you. And in a world where you then get scrims to try new stuff, and then you show your drafts in the important best of 5s, then I think usually the other team comes in with the edge. And I think we probably had to try something crazy because we were predictable. Yeah.
It feels like the product of a long year and then a very unique tournament format that definitely gives a lot of advantage to, I guess, the number 2 seeds in each group there. Fans wanted to know what your thoughts were for the rest of Worlds in terms of who do you think some of the favorites, some of the standout players that you might have played in Champions Queue. What are some predictions that you have for the rest of the stages?
I'd say probably GDG and EDG are the strongest teams. Probably Genji as well. I think these are the 3 that look the strongest, just on paper and just in the way I saw them play in Champions Queue. Except these 3, to be fair, I don't really see other teams do as good as them. I think they just, as a team, they play really good and they're really good individuals. So I'd say, these 3 teams.
Let's make a prediction here. Who is the furthest team from the West? Who will make it the furthest from the West? EU or NA? And then which team will it be?
I'd say I guess I would say G2, but I think their group is pretty hard because they have GDG and Damwon, but I think
Yeah.
they can beat Damwon. So I'd say probably G2 to be fair. Maybe Rogue if they're found their meta, and I think this meta is actually pretty good for them. So I'd say probably G2 or Rogue. Yeah, I think they will be the ones to go the furthest. Yeah.
Nisqy, everyone, again, a class act, one of my favorite players, one of the first players I ever interviewed in the LCS. It's always great to talk to you, brother, and best of luck with the rest of your year.
Thank you very much.